So we're about an hour from Colombo, north of it, in an area called Nigambo. And this is a tourist resort area. But having all those nice hotels, this is still a working fish market. Indian Ocean, fish market, they catch and they sell. The transition time from ocean to the fish market is about 100 yards.
Drop the beat, man.
This is a Sri Lankan lagoon crab, and it's a bit small for us to use, but in the market you can only find small ones, but it's alive and it's tied up so that you don't get injured. It's not an ocean crab, so meat tastes different. And at the same time, marine crabs, I find when I cook them, they're very salty because they are in salt water. So with this one, you can cook it differently. These are small stingrays. It has color pigments. You can see it's actually changing color. It shows it's alive. These are freshwater giant shrimp. We use a lot of these at the restaurants. These guys have really deep flavors. And it wasn't very popular in hotels and restaurants because the head's bigger than the tail. But it's an amazing flavor, and you come to restaurants for not for quantity, for the taste, right? So we use only this at my restaurants. Barracuda.
Just a man hanging on to a face, holding on to his...
Hi and welcome to the Colombo Sports Racecourse Complex. My name is Dilshan. Well, basically this used to be a harness racing course where you got a lot of horses running around, and then after that in 2012 they redeveloped this into the first international rugby ground. And it's pretty cool because all the home matches happen here, and I know that Sri Lanka, they don't make it really big in the rugby scene around the world, but we take rugby very seriously here. So this is a big deal to everyone here in Colombo, and especially when it comes to the school arena, a big deal.
Some of the rugby rights are really good to look at. That's just on my end. So yeah, it is one of the very celebrated sports, so that's why this place is really important. It was a building that no one really looked at some time ago, but I guess it's a place that a lot of people appreciate now.
So this has to be one of my favorite spots here in Colombo. It is the Sky Lounge here at Kingsbury Hotel, and it is just spectacular, a nice place to kick back, relax, forget everything. What your wife said, what happened at work, and just enjoy the view.
Sometimes people might complain that Colombo might not have a lot going on, or it's not maybe as great as most of the other countries you've seen. But when you do get above 10 levels of Kingsbury Hotel, and when you sit in a place like this, You get to see the Twin Towers of Colombo, you get to see most of the hotels. There's the golf face green over there where all the kids and families, they come and play, and they have all those butterfly prawns and stuff while they fly their kites. There's the old Parliament there. You see all the nicely constructed roads in the city of Colombo. So you prove everyone else wrong if they ever said anything bad.
I, together with the best cricketers of Sri Lanka, have ever produced, Mahela and Kumar. We own this restaurant together. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey producing the best possible crab dishes from Sri Lankan crab. So this is our Sri Lankan mud crab, made famous and popular by Singapore in Singapore chili crab. But we need to create some institution to bring the crab back and give it a place in Sri Lanka. So that's why I chose the name Ministry of Crab. And apart from crab, we also serve freshwater prawns. This restaurant has zero importing ingredients except for olive oil and wines. Everything here is from Sri Lanka. We cook all our crabs in woks except the curries, which comes in clay pots. So it gets cleaned at the back and they come out here, and cooking styles are here, and we cook it a la minute. Every crab from being in a cage to the plate is about 12 to 14 minutes. Olive oil, garlic, chili flakes, crab, and a dash of soy sauce. The simplicity of this is amazing, but the flavors you get are very deep. And we've seen many guests from Singapore buy this from us and take it back to their own country.
This is the old town hall, and seated around this table are the old municipal councillors. This is a kind of cool, if somewhat creepy place. We just wandered into this building once and we looked through the keyhole, but I think they're starting to make it more available to tourists. It's not, I guess it's not a conventional tourist site, but it's kind of unintentionally awesome. This building is beautiful. I mean, and things around it, it's sprung up like a modern commercial district, which is like Chennai, India or something, but this remains like a very old building. And you can kind of see how Colombo was back then. They haven't preserved it, but they also haven't changed anything. So it remains just a wonderful architectural site. This is Barefoot. It's like an oasis in the middle of the city. There's a shop, there's an art gallery, there's a cafe. If you're in town, you can just come here, you can meet people, you can listen to music, you can hang out. It's a cool spot. So this is the Barefoot Gallery. The Colombo art scene is growing a lot. Saskia Fernando just opened the first dedicated gallery, which is pretty cool. And they're having the Biennale right now. I think we have some cool stuff. There's some excellent sculpture and some excellent young people coming up. But it's at a stage of growth right now. These are the famous barefoot sarongs. Sarongs, if you're unfamiliar, are pretty awesome. It's like wearing a towel all day, but people are socially cool with that. This is Slave Island. It's also called Colombo 2. It was called Slave Island because the Portuguese actually kept slaves here. And later Malay people settled here and they still live here. That's Malay Street back there. Most people in Colombo, we live in really the suburbs. So this is like an urban town. Like as you can see on your right, these are buildings with like 2 levels. You can walk on the street, you can see stuff. Like it's fun like that. But there's also like really good dodgy bars around here. And then late at night they serve burgers up there. So everybody passes through here, but nobody's really like stopped here. This is the Castle Hotel. It's like the finest dodgy bar in town. It used to be a real hotel. I mean, you can still get rooms here, but it's just really good for cheap drinks and really good service and a beautiful, beautiful building.
Juncture Beach, which is my local, it's like my pub. It is, as you can see, the most amazing place. Indian Ocean, clear waters, but the main reason that I love this is my friends. I can come here of an evening, there will always be someone here that I know, and if not, there's always people to meet. We're in the Gaul Fort, which is a UNESCO site, and within the 130 acres are some of my favourite shops, and this is one of them. So this is Laksana, my favourite jewellery shop. I mean, how are you? No, I'm very well.
Tourmaline, which is surrounded with the white sapphire.
Yeah.
Now it's set with the yellow gold.
Yeah.
That's also designed by me.
It's innovative and it's a one-off, so you're not going to find it anywhere else. And it's just fun coming in here and saying, okay, I mean, I want, you know, a bit of that ring, a bit of that ring, a bit of this. I've seen something in a magazine, and he puts it together and draws it. And then we play like this. And I mean, just look at that. I mean, isn't that fun? That's all sapphires. I mean, I would just like to put glue on a piece of board and have all those stuck on it. I mean, how cool is that? This is Lily Mango, which is my favourite place to shop. Hello, sweetheart. This is Joe Eden, who has designed the shop, the clothes, everything in it. And every time I come in here, I want to shop. And as you can see, it can go from something absolutely delicious like one of these that it makes fabulous presents to my precious. Let me show you these.
One I've been producing for the last 5 or 6 years now is this dress, which is the genius dress, which we call the Uma dress, named after Uma Thurman because I always think she looked fabulous in it.
Yeah.
And just churn that out in lots of different colours every season.
Well, I am at the Mangala, where my journey in Sri Lanka started, actually. I did the spa here, so I was here for a long time and grew to love the place. And how could you not love the afternoon tea? It's just a magical place and I love it. I love everything about it. So, tea time.
Take me away. Baby, I can't live without you. Love me forever. Matale hadua mamage tatu.
Mirza is way down south of the country, and this part of the area is where whales in fact migrate from wherever they live to another place, and Mirza happens to be spot on it. It has become more and more popular over the last half a dozen years. It is now a business for a lot of tourists who come. This is a must-see adventure, and today we will see a lot of whales and maybe
some dolphins en route, and God knows what else. But we'll keep an eye out and see what we can see.
Look at that.
Whale watching, like I said, is become a business for a lot of folks. The Navy has chartered boats that come out for folks to come and watch it, but they take an awful lot of people together at once. Coming on a private boat is much, much better. Smaller groups. You pick your time as to when you want to leave, when you want to come. It costs a little bit more, but it's well worth it because you actually see a lot of whales. For me, that's the only way to do it.
See the color change in the water? Look ahead. Way ahead. You can see a light blue. He's coming up.
It's just unbelievable. It's because it's this huge mountain coming towards you, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. It's a novelty here because when we had a civil war, so people are not allowed to venture out, and only the fisher folk actually got to see the whales. Now, normal people, tourists, people who come here actually come out and see for themselves the wildlife that is in and around Sri Lanka. So it's amazing. It's nothing like you've ever seen. The hardest part is the first time when you see it, you realize how insignificantly small you are compared to this sea creature.
Normally, after whale washing, we are famished, and the first thing we look for is somewhere good to eat. And being in an island, obviously we love our seafood, and this is one place because this is an area during the weekends we normally hang out, and this is a place that does extraordinary choice of seafood.
Thank you very much. Well, these oysters are absolutely beautiful. We get these in our lakes and they're available, but the people in Sri Lanka don't eat them. So more for us, more for the people who love them. They're absolutely delicious. The ocean oysters are small and consistent in taste, whereas the ones that we get from the lake are, as you can see, varying in sizes and varying in texture, and also varying in taste, and they're absolutely awesome. And you need to try it to actually see the difference and feel the difference. Absolutely awesome.
We are in the heart of Ceylon tea country in the center at an altitude of around 4,000 and 4,500 feet.
People come to Ceylon for tea. It's an industry that's known the world over. When you say Ceylon, people say tea.
And what this Ceylon Tea Trails is about is we've converted 4 traditional 100-year-old tea estate managers' bungalows into luxury lodges, and you've got 4 bungalows between 2 and 15 kilometers apart. We call it tea trails because guests can walk or bike from one to the other, have a meal in one, or stay in a different bungalow every night in the most pristine, stunning scenery of emerald fields of Ceylon tea.
We are now on a Dilma high ground estate called Lanka. It is at an elevation about 4,000 to 4,300 feet, and it, particularly at this time, the dry weather season, it produces some of the finest teas that Ceylon is known for.
Some of these bushes are as much as 50 years old, and they flush, that is, produce the 2 leaves and the bud. That is what these pickers are picking, which can never be replicated by a machine. And the tea that they pick here, an average plucker would pick 18 to 20 kilos.
And we only pluck 2 leaves and a bud, as you can see here, where the flavor is concentrated and loaded with antioxidants. And we manufacture speedily. By tomorrow morning, this tea can be on some of our packages. We have now reached the last chapter in the story of tea. Ceylon, a small country, tea, a single plant, can produce a variety of tastes in strength, character, and flavors, just like wine.